first question will be, what can you say about the main thrust of RH Bill, which is enabling couples and individuals to decide freely and responsibly the number and spacing of their children and to have the information and means to carry out their decisions?
Okay, initially the RH Bill is a misnomer because it's reproductive health. When you say reproductive health, it includes the definition of abortion. That's the term used by the United Nations to include services related to abortion. So my initial argument against RH Bill is that RH Bill aims to limit the number of Filipinos. That's the main goal. But for me, the best human resource of our country are the Filipino citizens themselves. So if they do anything to minimize that, I'm really personally against it because I still believe that the Filipinos are the most talented, the most happy, the most qualified people in the world. That's also the reason why the overseas Filipino workers phenomenon has been a success. Now, with respect to their goals of saying that they want to space the children like that, if you look at the details of the RH Bill, it gives penalties to people who do not believe in spacing children. So the problem there is the penalty provision of the RH Bill, which says that a person can be imprisoned and fined for several days if you do not believe in that bill. So once that bill becomes into law, you lose your freedom as a Filipino, your freedom to keep the alternative view. You cannot even be an activist in that bill because you will end up in prison. So where is the democracy?
Okay, thank you. The next question will be, what is your opinion regarding by Representative Elsa Lagman's arguments in the article that says that RH Bill is not anti-life, but instead it's pro-quality life?
Okay, now let's talk about Congressman Lagman. Congressman Lagman has a large family. His son, Edsa Lagman Jr., has many children. That's why I cannot understand why he is promoting this bill which seeks to limit the family. So I would say that he says it's not anti-life, but the RH Bill, the 800 million pesos that will be used from the Department of Health funds is directed mainly to reproductive products and services. What are the reproductive products? Yun yung mga condoms, mga contraceptives. Now, we know from US research that contraceptives are abortifacient, which means that they can cause abortion. And the pills also cause cancer for women. And many of our Filipino women have died of cancer because they were users of the pill in the 1970s and in the 1980s. So if we promote these products, we are actually allowing the killing of our women at a young age because the cancer would set in 10 years after they have been using the pills. Another aspect is that from the economic point of view, whenever you invest in something, there is a return of investment. For example, your parents spend, let's say, 20,000 a year to put you through UP. Now, they expect a return of investment, right? So the more investment you have in education, the greater is your capacity to earn. Now, in the case of the RH Bill, we are putting 800 million pesos a year for condoms and contraceptives. Now, my question is, how will you help a poor Filipina mother improve her standard of living if you just give her 10,000 worth of contraceptives every month? How will you put food on the table in a poor family consisting of 7 members if you just give her contraceptives? As an economist, I'm trained by the UP School of Economics to look at the ways to increase income through better education and better skills, vocational skills or people skills, or I would say technical skills like fixing a car, repairing computers, like that. So I'm trained to think like that. But I could not imagine the return on investment from just giving a man a condom and then a woman contraceptives. There is no direct relation to the income generating capacity. Now the problem in our country is simple. It's poverty. How do you solve poverty? Two ways: education and skills, vocational skills. So poverty and you put condoms and contraceptives does not make sense because it does not add income. See, it does not add income. And the bad thing is that for the man, why would you use a condom? A man only uses condom if he has sex with a person who is not his wife. So you are even promoting promiscuity because there are many condoms, so he might think that he can play around. Now in the case of the woman, if you give the contraceptives to the woman will die sooner or later from complications. And with respect to the other means, the IUD, that's even more dangerous because it causes bleeding. Now if they say they are for health, because that's the reason, right? They are promoting this bill to promote health. But if you look at the top 10 reasons for mortality causes for Filipinos, well, it's not even there. The number one is, I think, heart attack, then cancer, and then vascular diseases, stroke, and then you have dengue. So those are the causes of death, road accidents. Those are the top causes of mortality in Philippines every year. Now, if they're really pushing for health, then they have to put that 800 million pesos and divide it among the top causes of death of the Philippines. Wala namang, yung HIV/AIDS is not even in the top 10 or nor in the top 50 causes of mortality. We are a poor country, therefore, we have scarce resources, therefore we have to manage the resources in the top causes of mortality for people. So in my case, instead of putting that money in contraceptive, they should put it in stroke prevention, heart attack prevention, dengue prevention, because we are losing thousands of kids each year to dengue.
What about your personal arguments as to why you are not siding with the RH bill?
Well, as I've said, my first personal motivation is to protect human life because I believe that the Filipino resource is the best resource. Filipino resource earns $15 billion a year. You have a boxer, Congressman Manny Pacquiao, who brings in 600 million pesos per boxing fight. No other machine or robot can earn that much until maybe one day if you can show me a robot or a machine, a special machine that earns that much, then maybe I can be convinced. But as of now, I think the best resource of the Filipinos are the people themselves. It's not in the other things. That's why in the BPO industry, the business processing industry, the call center, it also earns a lot for our country. And if you look at the BPO, what do you see? You see people. Of course, there are telephones, there are special machines, but with